Today's WNEM TV5 Morning Extra is brought to you by Roof Max of Midland.
Happy Monday morning. Thanks for tuning into TV5 Morning Extra. Remember, if you are watching on Facebook or YouTube right now, like, follow, and comment on the stories that matter most to you. We want to hear from you. I'm Lauren Piesco. Christina's off today. Let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Matthew Mondro, who is tracking our forecast on this Groundhog Day.
Yeah, Lauren, for this Groundhog Day, we are still tracking some wintry weather for our area. We've had some snow moving in this morning. The snow will stick with us for the morning, but should be done by about noon, if not slightly earlier than that. So the afternoon a bit quieter. The snow has been running into some dry air, so you can kind of see here how the intensity of snow has really lightened up a bit too. Really should just be a light, steady snow moving through for the morning. There's CMU's campus in Mount Pleasant. You can see just a pretty light snow falling in the street lamps, and some of these cars that have been parked here for a little while, again, really just seeing a dusting on them so far. For the bus stops this morning, students will encounter some snow, especially for bus stops near Saginaw here, south towards Flint, and anywhere to the west. Afternoon bus stops, the snow should be completely gone. Mostly cloudy skies, though, and temps into the mid-20s. We're still, again, a cold day today, even below freezing technically, too. So today now marks day number 16 since we have seen an above freezing temp in mid-Michigan. And over to your First Alert traffic this morning, too. I do want to point out around West Branch, we do have some slick areas, even around Gladwin, as the snow is moving in. That's also the case towards Clare, Mount Pleasant, Elma, and around Midland as of right now. But notice how the Thumb, Bay City, Saginaw, and Flint doing decently. But again, all areas should see some slick spots develop as the snow moves in. Lauren, back over to you.
Matthew, thank you. New details overnight. An end could be in sight for the months-long nurses' strike at Henry Ford Genesis Hospital. Spokesperson for Henry Ford confirming with TV5 representatives for the hospital and Teamsters Local 332 reached a, quote, important milestone towards ending the ongoing labor dispute Friday night. In a joint statement with Teamsters, Henry Ford says we remain optimistic as crucial steps in the negotiations process continue. We appreciate everyone's understanding and look forward to sharing more when we're able. Nurses represented by the union began their strike outside the Grand Blanc Township Hospital back on Labor Day. Those on the picket line tell us a main sticking point has been nurse-to-patient ratios. Meanwhile, operations have continued at the hospital. Governor Gretchen Whitmer and Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist have issued a proclamation recognizing February as Black History Month in Michigan. In a press release, the governor emphasized Black History Month is American history and Michigan history, saying we take an opportunity to reflect on that shared history, honor the strength and perseverance of those who came before us, and recommit ourselves to building a state with equal rights and opportunity for all. In that same release, Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist characterized the month as a chance to honor the past and take responsibility for the future, saying by learning from the history, resilience, and contributions of Black Michiganders, we strengthen our ability to confront injustice, advance equity, and build a more unified Michigan where every person can achieve health, wealth, and opportunity. A heads up for people in Midland, Consumers Energy is planning 2 outages this week. First, tomorrow, consumers will be doing work on the Larkin substation. Some customers should expect a brief outage tomorrow morning from 9 a.m. to noon. You can see the area that will be impacted there on your screen. And on Thursday, more than 1,100 homes will have their service interrupted starting at 11 p.m. until as late as 3 Friday morning. Consumers says all affected customers have been notified. The Michigan College Access Network is using new grant money to help prison education programs statewide. There are 14 higher education prison programs across Michigan with 250 graduates in 2025. The Michigan Consortium for Higher Education in Prison, or MICHEP, is the voice of all 14 of these programs. They're receiving $750,000 from the Mellon Foundation to help support these programs.
It's good for the communities they rejoin. It's good for the business enterprises that they join as employees. And if they end up staying in prison, it's good for the prison in which they reside. It helps lower the temperature in the prison.
We are told the money from the Mellon Foundation will go towards hiring an executive director for MyCHEP and funding a sub-award program for the 14 colleges to apply for money to help their program succeed. More local news now. Zender's Snowfest wrapped up in Frankenmuth over the weekend with people from all over the state traveling to check out some world-class sculptures.
Oh, regular. We come every year. We put it on the calendar.
For 35 years now, Snowfest has served as one of the top snow sculpting events in the country, showing off the best of the best talent in snow and ice carving. We asked visitors what keeps them coming back year after year.
Coming to this row of the big snow sculptures and taking photographs of the sculptures, and then we take pictures of each other.
And then we eat at Zender's.
And then we eat.
And with temperatures staying this cold, you can still see many of those sculptures around downtown Frankenmuth if you still wanted to head out today. TV5 is a proud sponsor of Zender's Snowfest. You are watching our live stream, TV5 Morning Extra. Remember, if you are watching on YouTube or Facebook right now, or maybe catching clips on Instagram, like, follow, and comment on the stories that are important to you. Matthew will have a look at your first alert forecast when we return after this quick break.
Alrighty, pardon that technical difficulty there, but as we get started here for this Monday, this Groundhog Day, we are tracking some wintry weather for mid-Michigan as some snow is moving in from the west side of the state. But there's a live look real quick in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. It is Groundhog Day after all today. Some folks have already been out there for several hours this morning. It's definitely looking wintry in Punxsutawney as well, but we are just awaiting to see what Phil has to say this morning. But for today in mid-Michigan, we expect teens through the morning, 21 by noon, up to about 25 or 26 for the afternoon today. So mid-20s are expected. It is going to be still a cold, below freezing day, just not quite as bitter cold as last week was. Now, last year, Phil did see his shadow. That means 6 more weeks of winter. He was kind of half right for mid-Michigan. We did have still a below average, certainly a cold and snowy February last year. And then once we went into March, kind of like a switch was flipped. It just very quickly turned to milder weather, and we really never saw winter return after that. So we'll see here how, what Phil has to say later this morning. First alert pinpoint Doppler is snow coming in from the west side of the state. Currently, though, this snow will be with us really just for the morning hours. So by noon today, should be out of here. Afternoon is expected to be drier outside of just a stray flurry lingering around, and we'll hold on to the cloud coverage. Mostly cloudy as we go into tonight, then variably cloudy tomorrow. So we'll go back and forth between the sun and the clouds pretty much all day for your Tuesday. First alert traffic map, though, does have some slick areas already developing, showing the slower travel near Midland and Mount Pleasant, Edenville, some of those areas towards the west. We've also seen that around Houghton Lake early this morning, too. We expect 1 inch or less of snow from today. Could expect a few more inches of snow Thursday night into Friday morning, though. That system later this week should bring more snowfall than today. So those two chances of snow today and Friday morning, really the two main chances for the week. It's actually pretty quiet tomorrow and Wednesday, and then most of the day on Thursday. We do have some cold, below freezing temps, though, staying in the 20s this week. But again, Lauren, just not quite as cold as last week was.
All right, Matthew, thank you. More local news now. A new exhibit at the Flint Institute of Arts is now on display, titled Gateways, African American Art from the Key Collection. It includes 77 pieces from nearly 70 artists from the personal collection of Eric Key. The FIA says Key's intent has always been to help preserve the African American experience in the arts, opening gateways for conversations about race, identity, and America. The exhibit will be on display there in Flint through April 26th. And you can get an utterly delicious meal for free and celebrate the grand opening of the new Chick-fil-A in Bay County this week. That grand opening is set for Thursday at their new location on Wilder Road in Bangor Township, site of the former Kmart. If you sport some cow print, either a whole outfit or just an accessory, you will get a free entree. In honor of that grand opening, the restaurant is also giving back to the community with a $25,000 donation to Feeding America. That'll be distributed to partners in the greater Flint, Saginaw, and Bay City areas. Chick-fil-A opens that morning at 6:30. And Crumble Cookie is celebrating its grand opening in Midland this week. That is set for Friday morning at 8, the new location on North Saginaw Road. And get this, the first 100 customers in line at 10 a.m. will get a free t-shirt and a grand opening sticker. Other local Crumble locations include Saginaw, Davison, Fenton, and Mount Pleasant. Happening tomorrow, you can join a water safety class at the Dow Bay Area Family YMCA. This is in partnership with Above the Wake, a nonprofit teaching water sports to people with autism. The class is free and open to the community, limited to 15 participants. You will need to bring your own swimsuit and towel. The water safety class, once again, is tomorrow from 6:30 to 8 p.m. at the Dow Bay Area Family YMCA on Washington Avenue. You can sign up using a link on our website. Go to the hot links section of WNEM.com. And we want to check in one more time now with Matthew for a look at your first alert weather.
Yeah, and our first alert forecast here certainly is still staying cold this week. Definitely a wintry week is ahead. Temps into the 20s every single day. We actually have 13 on Saturday, though, which is the coldest day in the 7-day forecast. So not quite as bitter cold as last week was overall, but still certainly no sign of spring just yet. But it is Groundhog Day, so we'll see what Phil says coming up soon.
We'll see what Phil has to say. Yeah. Thanks for joining our live stream TV5 Morning Extra. You can catch us right back here for TV5 News at 9.